and welcome to Healing Space with Gently Healing. My name's Jen Tilley, and I am super grateful to be here with all you guys. I was super stoked to be able to play that song by Robert again on this episode. I just think it's so rad that somebody would take my flute playing and also the meditations and put it all together for an awesome song for all of us to hear together. I want to thank everyone that is coming at this 4 o'clock showtime. Yesterday, we kind of made the decision that we would change the showtime from 5 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so here we are, making a bit of a change. And hello, Willow. It's nice to see you. I love you as well. Glad you could make it. It's been a super good day. I hope it's been awesome for you and that you've gotten to have some fun, novel experiences in your life. I was wondering if you saw any critters today. Hi, Zach. Yay, you're in here too. I love you very much. Thank you for always letting me use your beautiful setup to do this show. I'm grateful that we have this platform to be able to do all of this together. So it's pretty rad. It's been a really fun day, you guys. It was just, again, novel. Joey stopped by and he wanted to go out and he wanted to do something. And oftentimes we might venture out a little bit, but not really too far from here. And so it was really fun because we ended up driving like over probably an hour away from here, or close to an hour away from here. And we went up trying to look for hot springs. And it was just this fun adventure that it was like Collie, Joey, and Zach and I, and just going up the mountains like that and going towards a dam. And I don't know, we ended up at this river spot and we got to all get in and just kind of experience nature in a new way. And just, being in California, it's just water's just not as close. And so it was just really fun to just go and hang out in a river and get to see all of the awesome critters that were there. Hi, Lisa. Yay. So welcome. I'm so glad to see you in here today. And Jasmine, hello, hello. I'm glad that you guys all are making it at our new 4 o'clock showtime. That's awesome. And yeah, so you're all kind of saying hi to each other. Oh, man. Yeah, so I was just sharing. Oh, and then Robert, nice to see you. Thank you again. Hi. Yes. And yes, hi to you all. I love you very much. And I'm so grateful that you're all here. This life is such a journey. And it's so funny. Of course, you said frogs and bees, critters. Yes, frogs and honeybees. That's what you've been seeing today. I kind of had that feeling when I was, I kind of go through my stones and I had that frog where Jasmine also had talked about the frog. And we've done a frog meditation with each other when we were talking about the combo sessions. But I definitely, like when Aaron had come on and we ended up doing that, but I kind of was feeling the frog again. And oddly, the honeybee and the dragonfly are really in the same medicine family. So it's funny because I want to bring the dragonfly in today. So good. We're all connected. It's awesome. And hello. So let's see. Oh, and Gina's in here. Gina, I saw a message come through once I was back into service. So no, you're not late. Nope. You're right on time. Our timing is always perfect. We're supposed to be here exactly right when we are. So it's awesome. Gina, I love you. I'm glad you made it and that we're all here. Yeah, there's just something very, very cool about going out and being in nature. I've been seeing a lot of voles today. See, I had never even heard of voles until the other night. And it's so funny that you bring that up, Willow. Like, that was the first one I ever saw. And then here in California, when you read up, I think in 2015, they were totally extinct here. So it seemed pretty rare to be able to see one. And now you're seeing the voles. That is rad. And I hope you are feeling well, Gina. If you want to give maybe like a little update in the comments for all of us, since we didn't get to touch base yet, I'd love to hear how you're feeling now that you're home and getting like back adapted to life, and how you're resting up. So that is really, really awesome. I love hearing about the critters. The voles were an interesting medicine. I would need to re-pull them up because I had just read them the one time, but they were different than what like mice were. So vole animal totem right there. But yeah, it says oh, see, it is so perfect because we're going to be working on the third eye today. So it says the vole's intuition and possible nose told it the yard was safe. So really that third eye, which is right, there with the scent. So it's right on time, Willow, that's awesome. And all you guys. So the vole, while destructive to plants, is quite the fertile rodent. So fertility is coming in for us. It symbolizes both destruction and rebirth, which is destruction and creation right there, which is really, really awesome. We're all right there with this full moon and what we've been ushering in. So bringing about the destruction so we can bring about the room for the creation when we write out things that we want to let go. And then the next day, writing out the things that we're grateful for and talking about the affirmations to ourselves is really starting to bring about that creation. And it's beautiful, built on self-love. Often we have to tear down negative thought patterns or habits to move forward in our lives. And that's just so what we're talking about. So really, seriously, Willow, thank you for bringing back in the vole. I really, I randomly think about it, and I didn't realize that because you're up in Canada. How many of you guys have heard of voles before? It's the VOLE. It's not a mole and it's not a mouse, but it looks very similar to kind of both. It's very fascinating. Yes, so hello to everyone in here. I'm reading up some comments. And hey, Gina, sending you, lots of love. Look at this, pulling in. Here we go. I had a tough day, the weakest ever. Not sure if I've had more atrophy this last week, but changing that all this week, accepting any healing energy anyone wants to send. Yeah, we will send you right immediately now, Gina. We're already starting, sending you all the love. And never heard of that. So that's on the other note. Gina, oftentimes, when you're coming from, this really great experience and coming off of that, there is a bit of that swing. So just rest up, take care of yourself. That was a lot of energy expenditure to be able to go out and do that. So just really paying attention to your body, letting go of any of the fear. This is just part of that process, and just breathing, and just it's that self-love. So just bring it in, and we're already sending you lots of healing energy and bringing in that strength. So just breathe it in, and we're right there with you. We love you very much, and good work on doing the thing that you absolutely wanted to in this life. Which was part of, having that experience with your grandchildren. And I think it's just really, really wonderful that, you're bringing about this healing for yourself. And sometimes it's kind of like a dance. You got to take several steps forward and a couple steps back, but it's not ever forward or backwards. You're dancing, and it's beautiful. And you were just building that foundation. And so atrophy, you pushed yourself so you're rebuilding that strength is how I'm seeing it, as opposed to going backwards. I feel like you had more activity to the muscles and joints and the excitements. So it wouldn't necessarily fall under the atrophy category, but we are undoing that atrophy, if you will. We're getting that strength back. So good work on yourself. Just stay resting today. If you can get lots of water in, however you're doing with the water intake. So I love you very much, Gina Jin. I love you. Never heard of it. And that's the vole. Yeah, this is a cute little creature. We have lots of voles in Canada. Yeah, they kind of look like Canadian animals. I don't know, for some reason. That's rad. Lots of love blasts to you, Gina. See, it's all coming in right now. I can feel it. It's very powerful. I love you guys so much. I don't know if you can feel that shift and that change, but this is how we all come together, and this is how we're shooting it out. It doesn't matter whether we're sitting right next to each other. We're actually located in the exact position. There is no distance between us. So, Gina, you're getting lots of love blasts. We're all wrapping our arms right around you and bringing in all the necessary energy that you need to pull yourself up. And just imagine. Your imagination is very powerful and will help along with this healing path. I woke up with terrible leg cramps this morning. Doesn't usually happen to me. Been stretching all day. Um, all right. There's a couple things with the leg cramps. How are you doing on water? How much water intake have you been taking in? And then is it both legs equally the same? And where is the pain coming from? Are we looking more of the sacral shooting down, or are we looking at both legs again? Struggling with forward and future and past. If both legs are being affected, and then yeah, so a little bit more information to that. And then the stretching. This is the other thing with muscle cramps. Oftentimes it's because it hasn't completed the contraction. So instead of stretching it, do the opposite, finish the contraction for it. This is kind of the difference between like yoga. This is more of that Feldenkrais method, or even in physical therapy, oftentimes they'll get you to stretch, stretch, stretch. It's all about stretching, but really it's stuck. And so you got to complete it for it. So if you want to grab onto that muscle and just tighten it in and tighten it in, should bring about the relief. So hold it into that position, see how that contraction can finish, and then stretch it back out. So you want the flexion before giving it ever any of that extension. So bring the contraction in and then let it go. And let me know how that goes. Bring about the rooting. I don't know how much rooting you've been doing for yourself today. We did open your crown yesterday with the meditation if you were following along. So making sure that you're rooting that back down, because as we go along this path, we're going to be opening each single chakra on a daily basis, and then we're going to go up and down. And so again, with any of the meditations, especially when we're working up here, don't forget to bring it all the way back down. That's going to be an important process. So this will be open, but allowing that energy to flow freely through you is going to be very helpful. So we'll bring about the intuition, being the third eye today, and foresight, so that you will be able to see the next indicated step. So I love you guys very much. And Gina, you're getting so much love on here. Willow said, love you, Gina. Lots of gratitude. And you see that. Love you all. Yep, we're coming together. I always drink plenty of water, both legs. Left is worse. So with the left leg, again, this is going to be something in your past. If you look back on even like with the hieroglyphs, they'll be showing a certain person stepping forward with their right leg or stepping forward with their left. All these mean something, and that's stepping forward with, and also in masonry, this is why they're constantly stepping forward with their right. So when you're expressing something with your left leg, you are expressing something with the past. And then also, looking at the fact that it's going to kind of be inverse, where right side isn't always the feminine. When you're coming down to this left area, it's actually going to be something with the masculine. So there's something in your past with the masculine that perhaps I would be looking at there. So good job on drinking plenty of water. That is very helpful. And like I said, try doing some of the completing the contraction for your body. And then as we go along, we can bring in perhaps like coming together as a community. We want to bring Willow and Jasmine within the space. Oh, Jasmine. I see you, Jasmine. Jasmine, you need some healing in there, don't you? Like, that's why it's coming. Let's see. Felt like stuck energy in my shoulder blade. Yeah, you guys. But those leg cramps are the worst. I used to get them often. Yeah, I mean they're all equally tough. So really, there's a heightened amount of energy, and getting it moving and getting that dense energy out. So let's pull in, not just like opening that third eye, but let's bring it down to the root today as well. So a lot of the focus, even just sitting here, just begin to build the wire system out through your feet, red wires for the rooting. And with any of the exhalations that you're having, if you can think about just exhalating all of that down and out into the ground, into the earth, and it's connecting like the roots. But again, it's wires. You're a magnet, and you're being connected. And then just with your breaths, exhalate it down there. And perhaps we just do some box breathing together. Let's see if we can just clear some energy. Box breathing will be where we're going to breathe in. And if you're driving, please don't drive and do this. But if you're in a position, let's just kind of bring that energy in. We want to breathe in through the nose for 4 seconds. So go ahead and follow along. Breathe in 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Now come back to your normal breathing and exhalate each one into just getting all of the roots and sloughing off the dense energy just into the ground. Yeah. And Willow, yes, I've been thinking about my past a lot lately, dealing with family issues. Yeah. Yeah, they go right into the body. Again, family issues coming in. I'd be interested to hear if it is on that masculine. Is there something masculine going on with those past issues? I'm here if you need to talk, Willow. I love you and I care about you. So thank you for sharing this with us. Rooting is very, very helpful. We've opened up the crown, so we're opening up source information, so you're able to tap into that. All of these animals and beautiful meditations we're doing are bringing you an abundance of information. So oftentimes it will come into our external reality where it was saying, here, look at this, handle this, deal with this. Don't run away from it. You're powerful and you're strong. And remember, anything that was in your past, this was based off of your own emotional lenses, where you were at and how much you could see. I'm sorry, somebody's coming in here. I'm sorry. It's always weird when somebody just walks in. So dealing with past issues. I've lost my train of thought completely on that. I'm sorry about that. Pat just walked in here. Yeah. It's always funny to me. Yeah, he walked in and he tried to get your attention, and anyway. Either way, okay, you guys. So just coming back to myself and what we were talking about. I love you guys very much. Thank you for sharing this information. Each side of our bodies definitely have the things that they're trying to tell us. So I think maybe I said all my points I needed to on that, because I just feel like I'm circling the wagon. So perhaps that's why I lost it. But I'm here if you'd like to talk further. Oh, the emotional lenses. That's what I was really coming to, is that whatever dimensionality that we were at, like even our family members, we're absolutely different people every single morning that we wake up. And so today you're a badass. All of us are. And so I'm helping navigate that and rewriting and recreating our futures and our pasts, so we can live in the best now. I'm glad you're not driving today, so you were able to do this. How do you guys feel after doing that box breathing? How did it make any changes to the body? Again, it's very helpful to just take moments to center on yourself and just come back. Box breathing is very good for any kind of anxious situations. I'm very, very grateful for it, and what I've learned. It is something that I have my clients do. It's something that I do. It's just very, very powerful things. So let me know how you felt with that. Felt like stuck energy in my shoulder blade, Jasmine. Again, is it on that right or left side? I would be interested to know. Hold on. So anyway, and perhaps it was cleared out through that. Other things that I wanted to talk about. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wanted to tell you. Remember how Kala and I the other day were sharing with you about the weird flying objects that we saw in the sky? Like the other night on April 16th, Zach, summoned me over to the door and he was like, Jen, come over here. There's something really weird in the sky. And it was like this orange object. I mean, I can show you the video of it, but it's extra strange now because it's very different. But there was like an orb in the sky that then ended up dropping down like these other like orange orbs. Hold on, I need to cough. I didn't get water. I noticed I didn't bring my water over here, so hold on. Anyway, weird flying object in the skies drops down like 5 dots, and then like the big orb ended up dropping down and left one small orb, and then like that ended up just kind of burning up. And that was on April 16th around 9:30, and that was like to the south of here. And then on Thursday night, around probably 11:30 midnight, Joey was standing. Well, we were all out there, and he's like, Jenny, come here really quick. And I run over there, and or just in a few feet, and we look up, and sure enough, it's the same kind of orb that was in the sky. And it ended up dropping down the different things, just like I talked about. With the first one, we didn't get the second one on video. The first one I kind of did, but I'm that awful photographer where I'm like, oh, there it is. Oh man, I want to see it in real life. And so I miss it a lot. When we ended up replaying the video, even parts of it are now like staticky in this weird way. Like it's been like altered in some way. It's just very strange. But and then the color of the orb in there is not orange in the first video. It is now like this white color. It's very strange. Either way, you guys, right after like on Friday when we were sharing that story with you, like this orb we saw that night like broke into 2 pieces and looked like it literally hit the earth. That was the difference from the other orb I had seen. The other one looked like it just burned up. This one had these 2 points that literally went down. And when we were driving by there today, still smoldering, the Amazon headquarters was hit. Like the helicopters ended up flying in a few minutes after those orbs. Like there was 2 helicopters that were circling that area. So anyway, when we drove by today, we were like the metal of the building is just like melted. It's the metal is melted. And it was like a 5-alarm fire and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, that was a really crazy story of what happened. So I saw this weird orby orange dots that like sent more dots down, and it burned up not just like the Amazon building, but like one of the there's a big water slide park that's next to it, and the like water slides are still there, but the building in the inside there is also burned. But there definitely was 2 orbs that like came down, so there might be something else that is like crazy burn like that, but it's still smoldering from that day. Lucinda said she saw another one last night. We don't know exactly what time, but yeah, so there's weird stuff in the sky here in Redlands, California, and Riverside, California. Strange happenings. All right. Thank you, Jen. Much love. Oh, yes, Willow. Yeah. And when we go along with the meditation too, because we're opening that third eye, it's going to like pull in that intuition and that foresight, and so these external things that are coming into your reality are just your mirrors of showing you what needs to be healed. And so don't be afraid. You are making the most badass future right now. Yeah, it's just it's letting go. It's letting go. And when we write out the intentions and work with the full moon and all this stuff that's happening, it is very common for like certain things to flare up in our realities, things to get really loud, and that's just part of the transcension and yeah, clearing up the unconscious things that are going on within the mind, so that you can have that ultimate awareness. Oh my gosh, Zach brought me water. Oh, awesome. Hold on. Okay, good intentions to the water. Here we go. Yay, I love it. Left and middle of the spine. Okay, Jasmine. Yeah, that's also that's a very common spot. I know that's kind of where I was seeing it. So again, the heart. I think looking at kind of what is happening in that heart area. We're doing that thing with your neck where we're bouncing, right? And so we started there, and it's as above, so below. So we had that migraine, and now we're coming back down below on what is happening in that section too. So all of these are holding those answers. So really, like, even was that frog that came? Was it green? I can't remember. So bringing in the like that medicine of the frog, of the not fear, because not fearing the future, and also something with your heart. So, and clearing that in whatever you're creating. So bring in the beautiful green to that heart chakra. And anyone that is listening right now, if you can think about a beautiful, let's just make it a beautiful green rose just blossoming in that heart area for Jasmine. And allowing that energy of healing to just flow so freely within that space. So as above, so below. So just, take it easy. Sending you lots of love bursts and love blasts. Jasmine, you give that out a lot. And so all that is sending right back to you. I love you very, very much. So, I guess there is an alarm on my phone on Sundays. Oh, okay. Anyway, so yes, that was a good alarm of love being sent right to you, Jasmine. You know what the spider video I sent from the night cam in the group chat looks different from when I initially saw it. The spider legs were beaming so much light, like they were searching the yard. Ah, interesting. When I said it didn't look the same way. It wasn't as glowy. Is that weird how that works? Yeah, there's just these weird things where it's like sometimes that medicine is just for you. And yeah, it is very fascinating. So anyway, I think I'm going to practice it more. I was eating, so my stomach is too full. So I think you were saying, and I missed that before, I think it's going to practice it more. I was eating, so my stomach was too full. Was that for the box breathing? Feel like stuck energy in my shoulder blade. I must have missed these ones. Sorry, Jasmine. Those oh yeah. So if I read it, it didn't register. Felt like the stuck energy in my shoulder blade. Yeah. Again, your meridian lines, and a great thing to think about is when you're pulling that out. I don't know how good my camera quality is, but just really pulling that energy down and out, and it comes out these two fingers, your pinky finger and your ring finger. So taking it and just drawing the energy all like just almost like you're washing it off and pulling it out this way. And there's different points you can hit as you go down, and you can really feel that begin to open up more. Again, another area that it's going to flow out through is also your thumb. So when dealing with that shoulder stuff, just start pulling the energy that way too. Could be very, very beneficial. I love you so much too, Jasmine. Very much. And Willow, I love all you guys. Yes, the box breathing. Yeah, box breathing is a great thing to practice, but again, like if you're having too full of a stomach and all of that can affect some stuff. So, all right, guys. I definitely am getting a sense of a lot of the different parts of the meditation. I am hearing that frog, and I also want to bring in the dragonfly and the bee I saw on there. And the bee and the dragonfly, like I was saying, is a very similar medicine. And I love bees very, very much, and hornets and wasps, all of the bee family. I think they have just such profound and awesome medicines, each side of them. And again, keeping that balance when you have like the hornets and the wasps as opposed to the honeybee, which is very sweet, and each one carries their own message. But yeah. So I like to have the concept of the bees coming in, and also the dragonflies and the frog. Is there any other animal medicine that you guys were feeling and thinking on today that you wanted to maybe bring in? Again, the ajna, the third eye, is what we're going to focus on opening up, and allowing free-flowing energy to get into this space. We could do Wim Hof watch party on Facebook later. Yes. Are you meaning the Wim Hof? Wait, what is the watch party? I don't know what the Wim Hof watch party is. I know who Wim Hof is, and I definitely know. I definitely have studied up on Wim Hof. Oh, you want to do the Raven? Yeah, the Raven is very good. I've seen a lot of crows and ravens lately. Do you have a lot of ravens? Is it more raven populated up in Canada than it is crow? Like, I feel like there's different places where it's more prominent, like raven than crow, or areas where it's more prominent crow than raven. And ravens are the bigger of the two birds. If my memory serves me, I'm pretty positive on that aspect. So anyway, it'd be interesting to hear that. And Wim Hof, I think he's great. I think his breath work and the different things he has with the cold water. I think you can utilize that breathing, whether it's in cold water or hot water, or actually doing some specific training. But I believe that Wim Hof also does the box breathing, doesn't he? And there might be some other specific breathing. It's been a while since I've done much of that with Wim Hof, but I definitely have been on polar dips and skinny dipping on polar dips in the snowy waters, and I would say it is quite an invigorating experience. I think the water today was pretty chilly, but it wasn't anything compared to snowy water by any means. But it was a bit chilly, but I definitely enjoy that aspect. So let me grab out my book and see about the crow raven. Let me just also see if there's a difference in. Actually, it should be on here. What is the difference between raven and crow medicine? Raven. That would be interesting to know. Animal totem. Dun, 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 dun. So raven meaning the raven animal totem is sometimes called the keeper of secrets. And like all birds is a messenger between the heavens. Because raven would also be involved with the void. When a raven okay, so it says when a raven totem has flown into your life, it signifies the magic is at play. Raven ignites the energies of magic, allowing it to become one with our intentions and will. Great changes can be achieved at this time, and dreams become a reality. The raven will show you how to walk into the dark corners of your inner complex, buried deep within, opening the doors of the deepest power of healing to be within our grasp. Yeah, that's beautiful. The raven is a member of the same family as the crow and the magpie, known as the corvids family. While they are considered different species, the only real difference that the raven is considerably larger than the crow. Since the raven and the crow are so similar, it is encouraged to also read the crow spirit animal. Although they are quite similar, there are meanings that are unique to the raven. So yeah, they are. The raven animal totem is sometimes called the keeper of secrets, and like all birds, is a messenger between the heavens and the earth. The raven encourages us to dive deeper and to look within to seek the answers to put in motion the much needed change. Oftentimes, these messages may be difficult, but soaring over hurdles and obstacles is how we grow most. Here are a few common meanings for this power animal. Introspection, courage, self-knowledge, magic, healing, creation, rebirth and renewal, rebirth without fear, being able to tear down and rebuild, master magician, shapeshifter, mysticism, transformation of difficulties into blessings, being able to find light within the darkness, courage for self-reflection, being comfortable with yourself, connecting with the crone omens. Oh, crone. Being it's just like connecting with the crone omens, playful aspects, stir life without fear, sexuality, honoring ancestors, divination, change in consciousness, new occurrences, eloquence, and power of thought. That is quite a lot with the raven. It is very, very beautiful. I like that. And crow. So yeah. Keeper of secrets for the. So the crow is a spirit animal associated with life, mysteries, and magic. So the power of this bird as a totem and spirit guide has provided insight and means of supporting intention, sign of good luck. It is also associated with the archetype of the trickster. Be aware of deceiving appearances. If the crow has chosen you as a spirit or totem animal, it supports you in developing the power of sight, transformation, connection with life magic. It's very interesting. So we have the raven, which is a very large bird and comes with many of the same messages. But the crow specifically, it talks about it being the trickster. And it did not say that with the raven. And so, but the power of insight, definitely transformation, connection with life magic. Yeah, and it doesn't even have near as many bullet points as that raven did. So throughout history, the crow has been associated with both positive and negative symbolic meanings. The most common are life magic, mystery of creation, destiny, personal transformation, alchemy, intelligence, higher perspective, being fearless, audacious, flexibility, adaptability, trickster, manipulative, mischievous. So anyway, all right. I like the idea of the raven. I like the idea of the frog and the dragonfly. Is there any others that you can think that you'd like to bring in? I think 3 is a really good amount. So let us begin. So let's bring in. Let's see if the bee is in here. Oh, you know what? The raven is actually in this book. It's perfect. 16, which is 101. I love it. So we can do the raven from inside of here. Let's see about B. Yeah, no. And like I said, it was with the hummingbird, or not hummingbird, excuse me, the dragonfly. They were under the same totem. I love it. Okay. So let's keep with the raven, where we just read that. And it says, Raven, black as pitch, mystical as the moon, speak to me of magic. I will fly with you soon. This is really beautiful. Throughout time, raven, so it's magic. That is literally the totem is magic. Bringing in our own magic and igniting our own magic is definitely what we're doing here. Throughout time, raven has carried the medicine of magic. This has been true in many cultures across the planet. It is sacred in the medicine ways to honor raven as the bringer of magic. If the magic is bad medicine, the carrier may be honored out of fear rather than out of respect. Hi, Erin. Nice to see you. All right. Those who fear raven may do so because they have been dabbling in areas in which they had no knowledge, and a spell may have backfired on them. Rather than analyzing the dark side of sorcery, realize that you will fear raven only if you need to learn about your inner fears or self-created demons. Raven magic is a powerful medicine that can give you the courage to enter the darkness of the void, which is the home of all that is not yet in form. The void is called a great mystery. Great mystery existed before all other things came into being. Great Spirit lives inside the void and emerged from the great mystery. Raven is the messenger of the void. If Raven appears in your spread, you are about to experience a change in consciousness. This may involve walking inside the great mystery on another path at the edge of time. It would portend a signal brought by the raven that says, you have earned the right to see and experience a little more of life's magic. Raven's color is the color of the void, the black hole in space that holds all the energy of the creative source. In native teachings, the color black means many things, but it does not mean evil. Black can mean the seeking of answers, the void, or the road of the spiritual or non-physical. The blue-black of Raven contains an iridescence that speaks of the magic of darkness and a changeability to form and shape that brings an awakening in the process. Raven is the guardian of ceremonial magic and in absentia healing. In any healing circle, Raven is present. Raven guides the magic of healing and the change of consciousness that will bring about a new reality and dispel disease or illness. Thank you, Willow, for bringing us the Raven today. I think it is perfect. Raven brings in the new state of wellness from the void of great mystery and the field of plenty. Raven is the messenger that carries all energy flows of ceremonial magic between the ceremony itself and the intended destination. For instance, if a ceremony is being performed to send energy to a disaster area where people need courage and strength, Raven would be the courier of that energy flow. The intention would be to allow the people of the devastated area to feel the concern and support of the participants in the ceremony. If you have chosen Raven magic in the air, do not try to figure it out. You cannot. It is the power of the unknown at work, and something special is about to happen. The deeper mystery, however, is how you will respond to the sparkling synchronicity of the alchemical moment. Will you recognize it and use it for further enhancement of your growth? Can you accept it as a gift from your Great Spirit? Or will you limit the power of the great mystery by explaining it away? It may be time to call Raven as a courier to carry an intention, some healing energy, a thought, or a message. Raven is the patron of smoke signals or spirit messages represented by smoke. So if you want to send a message to the blue road of spirit in order to contact to the ancients, call Raven, or who knows, the ancients may be calling to you. Remember, the magic moment came from the void of darkness, and the challenge is to bring it to light. In doing so, you will have honored the magician within. That is so rad. Let's read contrary really quick. A raven reversed is not to be taken lightly. It can mean that the boomerang is coming home. If you have wished harm to another, beware. You have asked for his harm to teach you in turn what it feels like. If you have not been wishing evil on another, contrary raven may be bringing you a warning that you are not equipped to move into another level of consciousness until you have mastered the one you are currently working with. On yet another level, Raven may be telling you that you have forgotten the magic of life and have settled into a mundane rut. If this rut suits you and you do not want to experience the extraordinary magic in your life, ask Raven to fly through your dreams and give you a taste of its medicine. If you do, you may never be the same again. Contrary Raven was also portend a time of smoky, confused messages that you cannot see or hear because your intellect is insisting that magic is not real. If you cannot imagine or pretend due to your lack of faith in magic or miracles, healing cannot take place. Raven may be pecking at the door to your consciousness, but you will not receive unless you clear the smoke and seek the other realms of imagination and awareness where magic lives. And I like when that was just saying it and pecking at that unconscious, is there's certain things that hinder us because we would miraculously. Okay, so bringing in Raven right now, even the camera did this black thing and came right back, is pecking at the back of our minds to like unraveling and like bringing in that rhythm and kind of the destruction and blockage of what is causing us not to be able to see. And so I think it's really good we're reading Contrary right now because it just really, we got to believe and continue to believe because that is what changes everything. To the right, that Contrary Raven, you may need to seek a trained shaman to clear the energy field you have created. You might need to block some negative energy sent by another person or cancel the harm you wished on someone else. Keep it clean. This is a message when the magic moves into smoky shadow. Seek healing and a clearing of intention. Then reach for the stars and honor Mother Earth and all other living things. Fill your life with the magic of being alive and call Raven to teach you the proper way to using energy. Ground that energy so that the manifestation of the magic can occur. I love that. Do this in love and simplicity. Less is more, guys. Like really pushing it. Like literally keep it simple. Raven will tell you this magical truth. Never go beyond that which you have prepared and trained for. Life is good. So use the magic to aid the entire family of Earth. So I love that. I love that so much. I'm so glad that was in here. So we'll bring in, and it's already started. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but definitely the magic of that Raven. Yeah, watch a Wim Hof video on breath work. We can watch it together on Facebook with live chat. Okay, Yeah, I just don't know about being able to watch it on here because they just have such strong stipulations. But on Facebook, yeah, um, that's a great idea, Willow. I like it. Dragonfly for sure is in my animal totem. Okay, awesome. We're totally bringing it in. Man, we saw like the coolest dragonflies down at the water, and even a mating dragonfly, which is just such good medicine. But there was this orange one in particular that had these like half of its wings were like orange and the other half were clear, but they were iridescent wings across the board. Like if you looked at the entirety of the wing, it was iridescent, but just a part of it was much more orange. And so when I got closer to this dragonfly, the wing itself, because it was iridescent, the sun that was shining through it made the shadow of this dragonfly actually orange on the rock, which was just so rad to see. It was like the shadow was orange. It's not every day you see a different color shadow than that of the black shadow or the gray shadow that follows us around everywhere we go. So I love the concept of that dragonfly and that orange medicine that it's bringing, which is that of the sacral chakra. And so also, like, if you're looking even at opening up this third eye and getting down into the possibility of the throat, but your jaw is a huge connect to also your sacral chakra as well. You'll have more of a clench to your jaw and certain things when, it's all connected. It's all connected. So I love that that's your totem. At Willow, yes, Wim Hof watch party. Yeah, Aaron's agreeing. Whoop, whoop. Yay, funny seeing you in here, Aaron. Yeah, it's good to see you. I love it. Just popped in. Hi, Jen. Hi, Aaron. I love you. Good to see you. You had said you wanted to help me find my totem, and I swear every day others show, and you help me remember an animal on my totem so much that I actually have all the 7 animals I forgot about. See? I love it. I just tap into that information, man. I love that's coming to you. It works just like that. It works like that. I love you, and thank you for bringing that information, because you had your 7 totems that you knew before, and then next thing you know, it's all that information lies within you. And these are that clearing of the blockages so that you can hear what they are. That is awesome. I'd love to hear all 7. Definitely felt that harm I wished on someone else. I forgot at one point I was so angry I did wish someone harm. Luckily, no harm was done to them. Yeah, we drink our own poison. So be careful. Yeah, definitely with what you're wishing on other people. I have definitely gone through journeys in my life where I have learned that. I've definitely gone this when I talk about the shadows. There was one point in my life that I was very jealous of this situation. And I found that I drank jealousy just like I drank alcohol, which was a lot, and that there was really no difference, that even with the heightened levels of jealousy, see, there goes my throat chakra. It was like I was 8 drinks drunk with some of that shit. And so, coming back and talking about it is just be very careful what you're thinking in your thoughts and what you're actually creating. This is what will then kind of manifest into your reality. And there are aspects that I had to learn the quote unquote hard way. But at the same time, remember, what you're wishing negative out on other people, people will be coming and seeing you and viewing you this way. This is what you're reflecting for yourself. So be very, very careful. It's not worth it. Take your power back. Whatever the heck somebody else is doing is none of our business. That energy is not worth it. We need it all. So please bring it in and hone it in. And whatever harm you wished upon someone, I think it's a great idea just to just kind of wish them the best and not really give them any attention at all. Like it's best to just kind of wash your hands of them. The less energy or attention you give, because it's not like, oh, go fuck them, go fuck off them. No, it is like literally just don't bring them in anymore. You know, every time they come up, oh, it's not interesting. All right, I'll just send you on your way. I'm not going to grow you. I'm not going to build you. I'm not going to have you there. And those thought patterns will stop. But again, watch what you're thinking and feeling for others. Watch that judgment, because this is how you're actually talking to yourself. You are victimizing yourself if you are doing that. I love you and I care about you. So this is a journey to stop doing that. but I no longer wish any harm on them, which is great, Jasmine. I love that. I love that. Or harm to anyone, really. I didn't understand then that it's not up to me to throw karma at people. It is not. The universe, and however it goes, it will flow back to them however it is. It is not our jobs to do that. In fact, our jobs is to back away from that as much as possible so that we are just minding ourselves. It's enough. It's all hands on deck for ourselves right now. Really. Same, Jen. The jealousy was so hard to conquer, but letting go of that feels so good. Yeah, honestly, it really was something that was mind-blowing to me, and really was blew kind of like AA right out of the water. I've talked before about how I used to drink really heavy for about 5 years, and then I attended AA for a while, and I really I got to this point where I had studied the program so much. I went to middle schools and high schools and all over the place, like speaking and preaching that program, just kind of like I did when I was Mormon. But I say be leery of any program that is telling you that you will die if you do not tell them what they do what they are telling you to do. It is not external from you. That alcohol is just a medicine. When you start to break it down, it is the take snake coming in, taking the experience, but also pulling out all the things that you're repressing inside. There is a lot. It's Al Ghul. It is a very masculine spirit. But again, we are addicted to our chemicals, not to these external things. So watch the 7 deadly sins. Watch your thoughts. Watch how addicted many of us are to chaos. This is why I say be careful of television and movies and radio, things that are just pumping outside sources in so that you can see where you are to manage your chaos, to balance that energy. To be able to operate in a world, whether it's chaotic around you, without having to be that. Be your balanced, beautiful self. Just like when you're having powerful full moons and 6 planets going into retrograde, you might be watching the world around you going, and running around like chaos and crazy. But if you're actually doing that internal work, you won't be affected by those high levels of energy or your own hormones that you're pumping into your body. So, I love that we can be honest and talk about these aspects. Jealousy was very hard. It was very hard to overcome, but every time it popped up, I was very, very grateful because it was never the other person, ever. They just kept giving me the beautiful opportunity for me to see, oh gosh, my problem with this is a daddy issue that I have. And every time that I could look at it, I would look at it at the, where am I doing this? What is this flaring up? It is not the other person's job to tell me that I'm good enough, that I'm worth it. It is only mine. In fact, that other person, no matter how much they told me that, I could not feel it until I could tell myself it, until I could feel it for myself. So jealousy and those things are also, love that shadow, embrace that shadow because it's trying to tell you something. Really those thoughts, it is really where it begins there, because you have also no idea, if you constantly loop that, how much that is going to come out into your external reality. The universe is always listening, and it will bring it to that external reality until you stop it here. And that's where it begins. And I could go down long diatribes of number systems after that, of 0 being the that beginning stage. And once you have that thought, and then bringing that thought into creation, that takes you into the, here comes the thought, here comes the next decision of the action, and then bringing it into your 3-dimensional reality. And once you end up enacting that thought, you end up conjuncting the 4 into your reality. And this is where 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 end up happening very, very quickly after that 4 point, because you've now enacted that behavior, conjuncted, and became that spot. Now the magic and the phi of that following ratio, 5 goes into there, the 6 of that becoming you, 7 being the mind, body, spirit, 8 creating that cycle, and 9 you're back to your destruction and then the creation again. That was my fast way of explaining the number system of 0 through 9. And why, honestly, I think there's only really 3 numbers that almost, with a hidden 4 in there, actually operate if you followed that. But I just went down a flow state for you. But again, these, if you start looking at the cycles and breaking them down to the equations and magic that they actually have and the operations. It makes this process a whole lot easier and more fun. So you're not just like, oh crap, here it is again. It's like, oh yeah, I know this is coming. And then, like I said, Rome falls 6 times an hour. So just keep yourself aware, and potentially 6 times in that hour, you're going to have an opportunity to have another transcending moment of self, especially when you're operating a world of jealousy or caretaking, or these other actions. So just constantly loving yourself, speaking out brings it to your awareness. Yes, it does. It literally does. I can't even express to you how many thoughts I never spoke. You need to be authentic to where you are. You might end up saying something that you're like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say that. But the truth is you didn't mean to not say it either. It literally is you telling on yourself to say, oh gosh, that is exactly where I am right now. I brought it into my conscious reality, and be able to sit with yourself and see if this is the path you would like to continue on, or how you want to make effective changes to not ever do that again. I know that there was this period, and I've shared this, is that Zach was just like, sometimes, Jen, you just need to tell me to shut the fuck up. And I was like, oh my God, I never do that. Maybe if I was at one point super drunk, I might have said that. I'm not sure, but I never say that. And the truth is the moment I started to enact it, where it was like, shut the fuck up. And I literally took Zach out up on the opportunity to try it for the first time in my life. It was like a muzzle, like it was like pulled off, and I didn't even, like a water flow came out, and all of these thoughts and all these things that I had held back for so long, it was like Pandora's box had been opened, and I'm like, oh shit, how do I stop doing this? And I was unskilled and untrained because I had been hiding and behind all of these masks and these lies. I was actually thinking all of these negative things that now I had no tools to not do that anymore. But at the same time, I met myself in all of those places, and found the ability to tame the shrew and change the shrew and do all of this. And it was a horrifically beautiful experience in my life, and I'm so grateful that I was able to walk that wire and have somebody that loved and cared about me very much, to allow me to be authentically who I am to the best of my version today. And here I am. And I want to share that with you and what that looks like, and not to be afraid of our words, and just to speak out and and tell our fun, wonky stories as we become more and more magical, and call in the crows and do all this wonderful stuff. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys as a family, as we're awakening as a world, and having this platform. I think it's so huge. So let's read about the dragonfly and bring that into our beautiful awareness. Dragonfly breaks illusions, brings visions of power. No need to prove it. Now is the hour. Know it, believe it. Great Spirit intercedes, feeding you, blessing you, filling all your needs. Dragonfly is the illusion. 27, which is a 9. Dragonfly medicine is of the dream time and the illusionary facade we accept as physical reality. The iridescence of dragonflies' wings reminds us of colors not found in our everyday experience. Dragonflies' shifting of color, energy, form, and movement explodes into the mind of the observer, bringing vague memories of a time or place where magic reigned. Some legends say that Dragonfly was once dragon, and that dragon has scales like dragonfly's wings. Dragon was full of wisdom and flew through the night, bringing light with its fiery breath. The breath of dragon brought forth the art of magic and the illusion of changing form. Then dragon caught in its own facade. Coyote tricked dragon into changing form, and the shape of its new body became like dragonflies. In accepting the challenge to prove its power and magical prowess, dragon lost its power. Dragonfly is the essence of the winds of change, the messages of wisdom and enlightenment, and the communications from the elemental world. This elemental world is made up of the tiny spirits of plants and of the elements air, earth, fire, and water in essence. This world is full of nature spirits. If Dragonfly has flown into your cards today, you may have forgotten to water your plants. On another level, you may need to give thanks of the foods you eat for sustaining your body. On the physiological level, it may be time to break down the illusions you have held that restrict your actions or ideas. Dragonfly medicine always beckons you to seek out the parts of your habits which you need to change. Have you put on too much weight, or have you started to look like a scarecrow? Have you tended to the changes you have wanted to make in your life? If you feel the need for change, call on Dragonfly to guide you through the mists of illusion to the pathway of transformation. So, how you can apply the art of illusion to your present question or situation. And remember that things are never completely as they seem. And true, similar to full. Sorry, I am going to read the contrary, but that is very funny. I love it. I love it. And I love that you brought the full back because I wanted to be able to pull in the full as well. I love it, love it, love it. Yay. And that's really like that third eye in the full. Okay, so the contrary for the dragonfly is, are you trying to prove to yourself or someone else that you have power? Are you caught in an illusion that weakens your true feelings or minimizes your abilities? If so, you may have contracted dragonfly dive bombing. Is this the final crash and burn for some pipe dream that had no real purpose? Look within and feel the sense of self-energy within yourself. Notice if it is ebbing and find the point in time when you were deluded into believing that you would be happier if you changed because someone else wanted you to. Yeah, misery is a prime clue that you lost your will and personal validity when you bought into someone else's idea of who or what you should be. This is like that quote that is, I am who you think you think I am, which is very confusing. But I am who you think you think I am. So I'm acting in this way that I'm thinking you're thinking I'm this way, and so I'm going to just act that way because I think you think I should be that way, if that makes any sense. But really it is like these masks that we end up putting on. We act these certain ways based off of how someone else thinks we should be acting, but that's only in our assumptive perception of what we think they think we are. And why the heck are we doing that? Stop it. And that was like also that snake koan or poem that Zach had written when we were in the jungles, which was, I rode on a serpent through an endless sea of thought to find out who I am. But, I just messed it up, that to figure out who I am, and all that mattered is who I am not. But really what it was meaning is like, why do I keep, and Zach, if you could write that out in there, because I know there's this one part I just flubbed up in the center, because to figure out who I am, but all that mattered was who I am not. But it really, it's beautiful. And but yeah, here it is. I love that quote. I am who you think I am, or think I am who I think you think I am. Yeah. So anyway, there's so many beautiful totems coming in. So dragonfly is, the illusion was that you would be happier if you did it their way. And forfeiting what you know is right and true for your personality, you give away your power. It is time for you to take it back. Follow Dragonfly to the place inside your body where magic is still alive, and drink deeply of its power. This strength belongs to you. It is the power of becoming the illusion. This ability is ever changing and contains within it the knowledge that you are creating it all. I love it so much. I love it. This is awesome. So, I think you. So there's true. Speaking to your awareness, really, same jealous. You're not talking about it. I feel you're really not working on it. Correct. Speaking out brings it to your awareness. Yes, true. Similar to full. Yes. This is the totem, how I wrote it down intuitively. Turkey, lizard, dragonfly, bear, dog, turtle, whale. Awesome. I have 2 of your totems for, yeah, I love that. I love that. The whale and the bear. And the dog. That is really rad. I love that. Thank you for sharing your totems with us, Jasmine. That is very powerful. East, south, west, north, above, below, within. Is that what each one is in representation of? Like literally, the bear is of the north, if I'm getting that accurate. So perhaps below is going to be, oh, so within is maybe the whale, below is the turtle, above is the dog, west dragonfly, south lizard, turkey. I don't know. That's really cool. If it breaks down like that, Jasmine, that's really really cool. I love that quote. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm like yeah. In that we have really powerful totems to be bringing into our awareness and our connect today. Again with the vole. It really is that third eye and that intuition. So we're going to be pulling that in. I don't know how well you can see, but the ajna is this third eye. And the color is more of like an indigo between the violet and blue color right there in that third eye space. And we want to be bringing in the attention to this beautiful area to start giving us the foresight and being able to navigate awakening the unconscious and bringing in the raven, the dragonfly. Ooh, we did not do the frog and the frog. Let me just read the first part of the frog. Oh, so many today. We end up having 4, like the last couple days. Right there, 38, 189. Dun, 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 dun. So with this, because I've read all of it before, it's the cleansing. So sing, frog, sing, call the rains, quench the dryness, cleanse the earth, then fill me up again. So calling in the magic of the raven, the water for the cleansing, the dragonfly for the illusion, and the vole for the intuition. So let's get started. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful that you're here. Okay, so you can sit or lie in a comfortable position and find your space and your breath again. Coming into your center. Begin by drawing a triangle beneath your feet and connecting those points of the triangle above your head. And then drawing a triangle above your head and connecting the points of that triangle to your feet, under your feet, creating the Merkaba around you. And bringing in the balance of the as above, so below, as we begin to open our third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is Ajna. 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 And again, the sound of the third eye is A. A. Like that. A. Through your third eye, breathe in the brilliance of the color indigo, the violety blue in between this color, coming in and igniting inside this space. With the next breath, Bring back up to your crown as we touched yesterday and see the crystalline light and the wires that are coming from your head looking like the helix. And breathe in that crystalline light through the crown and into the third eye, into the center, and circle it around this beautiful crystalline light. Ajna. Now with your next breath, breathe it in into the third eye and exhale and slough off any dense energy that will go down your throat, down through your heart, down through your solar plexus, down through your sacral chakra, down through your root, out through your feet, into the earth. All dense energy down below flows freely through you now. Take a moment with yourself and come back into your Merkaba. Or maybe you never left. See where your position is. And see now your placement is that which is within the void space. And across the way forms a box. When you see the box, go ahead and stand up and walk towards it within your mind's eye. And open this box. And place whatever part of the eye of your identity inside of that box. The eye of the identity is what we are balancing now as we open the third eye chakra. There is no I here in this space. It is that which is in the balancing center of duality, where there is no right, there is no wrong. Just now in this balance of the center. And go ahead and leave all of those eyes and that identity inside that box and go ahead and shut it. You may lock it if you wish, if there's a lock, or just shut it. That is where it will remain safe. And at any point, you can come back to that box and get your eye back. But the eye of the identity is the identification that is being left there at this point. There is one sight, one vision, one unification, no separation between you and I. We are one. With the next breath that you take in, bring to your awareness the raven that comes flying towards you. And the wires above your head, the helixing wires of the clear crystalline light, connect this to the raven now. Raven, black as pitch, mystical as the moon, speak to me of magic. I will fly with you soon. Take the pieces of your DNA and plug this in with the raven. Allow it to fly in through your crown, into your head, into your space there. And anywhere else if you would like it to fly down into your heart, bringing you your heart's information, and fly into your solar plexus and bring with you its magic and its creation and its illumination. And you can bring it down to your root and share it with the earth so that this information keeps you grounded. But as you go within this space with the raven that is inside, maybe it's outside within your Merkaba, play with it, commune with it, see what it has to say. we will play for the raven. Thank you, Raven, for being here with us. And now within your Merkaba, do you see the lily pad? There's a lotus, a flower, with a lily pad, and upon it sits a frog. This frog has come to share its information. Connect your wire system to this frog that is here. It has come to quell your fears. What is this medicine as the frog? What does it have to say? Oh, frog that knows no fear. Sing, frog, sing. Call the rains, quench the dryness, cleanse the earth, then fill me up again. In this space, crawling down through your crown into your third eye, comes the vole. Welcome in the vole. It has come to help you bring insight and intuition. Thank you, vole. The vole is a very cute fuzzy creature with a short tail. Looks a bit like a mouse and like a mole, but it is unique in and of itself with its special message. Thank you. We are grateful that you have come. You have so many critters to play with today, and it is beautiful. Connect your wires to the vole and allow it to come into your space and be with you and share with you its strength and message. We are grateful and we love you. Thank you for coming. And now comes the beautiful dragonfly. Do you see it coming in your auric field, flying in, coming down through your crown and fluttering inside of your third eye, and now down your throat and down into your heart. Oh, dragonfly breaks illusions, brings visions of power, no need to prove it. Now is the hour. Know it, believe it. Great Spirit of intercedes, feeding you, blessing you, filling all your needs. Thank you, dragonfly. Feel its beautiful fluttering of wings. And today we saw I saw, which I'm sharing within our space, the orange and the red and the blue dragonfly in specifics. So allow the dragonfly that was blue to flutter around in your throat, igniting you the power and abilities to speak your truth. And then the orange of the beautiful dragonfly of your sacral chakra. And the one that brings you down to your root, balancing your relationships, allowing you the visions and the sight to break the illusions, and the emotional lenses become clear. And that beautiful frog bringing about the clarity again, washing away any of the dirt. Clarity, lack of fear, beauty and strength, all circling in your auric field, inside and outside. How big can you make this energy? How far can you send it in your space? Play there, play with this as I play for you. With this next breath taking in, see the energy of the healing rose and those that we love that need a special healing right now in this space. That there is a perfect belief that healing is here, that anything is possible here in this void. Here in the Ifrit, we walk this space and know exactly how to ignite the healing necessary to bring about what we like to call miracles within this space. There is all possibilities that are here. All answers remain within this space of exactly how to navigate. It is spoken in love. The more you love yourself, the more clarity comes of what the next indicated step is. Whether it is an externalization of seeing a family member, it is always you, bringing you your symbols and your answers. This medicine of all of these animals, we are grateful and thank you for coming. Thank you for remaining inside of this space to give us understanding of how to navigate. The answers are you. They are you. The power is you. It is spoken in love, you guys, and I love you, and I'm grateful that you are here. You are awesome and wonderful, each one of you. I love you. If you can please take your right hand and place it over your heart and the left hand over that. I love you and your higher self. I see you within this space. Before you open your eyes, please go over to your box. And if there is anything inside that box that you wish to bring back with you in this life, go ahead and do so now before you exit the void. You are masterful creators, but if there is anything you want to be left within that box, an old identity, something of why are you acting this way that has nothing to do with you against your higher self, go ahead and leave it there. You don't need to pick it back up. You can leave it right there if you wish right now. All of those negative things that you perceive, there's no good or bad. The abundance of energy is at your fingertips to utilize however you wish. I love you guys. Please take your arms and wrap them around yourselves. This is me giving you great big hugs. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for being here. I care about you all very, very much. And that is all for today. Come back to yourself. Come back to your breath. See how you feel different. Go ahead and with your next few breaths, just slough off any of that dense energy or any extra energies and just root it to the earth. And if you're feeling any of the aches or pains, again, just wipe off the energy. Slough it off. And I would be interested to hear from you guys how this 4 o'clock time works. We definitely had what appeared to be less viewers, but that is all things that come with change. I love you, and thank you for going on this journey and changing with me. And I will look forward to talking to you very soon. Love you guys. Love you. Bye.